Hey gang, Chris Olste here with Performance Calls, and today we're going to be talking about how to make an effective comeback call and also when to use it. So let's get started. What is a comeback call? A comeback call is just a pleading to the geese. It's kind of a last option when you're out goose hunting to either turn the geese around when they're doing something you don't like. For example, when they come into your decoys and for some reason at the last second they start drifting off, it's a good time to hit them with a comeback call. Or initially when you're running traffic or they're not exactly coming right towards your spread, but they're out in the distance crossing, and any of your typical greeting notes like your clucks and your spit notes and your honks are not working on those geese. It's a good time to throw a comeback call at them, some type of pleading note to hopefully grab their attention and turn them around. When you're out goose hunting, never be afraid to experiment, and this is just one more note that you can throw in your arsenal to use not only when the geese are doing something you don't like, but also when you initially need to get their attention. So, how do you make an effective comeback call? It's pretty simple. Basically, a comeback call is an elongation of just about any note that is in your current tool set minus your murmurs and stuff. So, for example, when you're doing your honk, you're gonna just elongate the back end. So this is your typical honk. In the back end of the call, it sounds like it's a well, when you're going to do a comeback call, you're going to take that last part and you're going to elongate it. You're going to continue through with it. So if your honk sounds like this, you're going to, at that last part, you're going to go so you're going to continue to deliver air through the back side of that, through the back end of that call, and it'll elongate the back end and it'll give it a pleading sound. So, how are you going to turn your cluck into a comeback call? The exact same way. When you're doing a cluck, you're going you're just going to make it longer. I'm going and you're making that last part a lot longer, and it gives it that pleading sound. So, how are you going to make your spit note into some type of comeback call or pleading sound? Your typical spit note sounds like this. You're going to take that last part and elongate it. So, how are you going to do that in the call? You just elongate the back part. Your typical spit note is made by going doo doo. You're going to go doo doo doo. In the back, turning the call around, it sounds like this. So it'll be doo doo. And one other thing that you can do to all these pleading sounds is to change the pitch of them to give yourself two different sounding comeback calls. For example, 1 and 2. And you can get that different sound by slightly changing your hand pressure and also changing your forward pressure into the call. So you're just going to have to experiment a little bit to figure this stuff out, and you know, like always, you're going to have to practice. But in a nutshell, it's just an elongation of your current tool set on the back side of that call. Just elongate it and put a little pleading sound in it, and I guarantee you will start turning a few more geese around, and it'll be an extremely effective call when the geese are doing something you don't like. My little brother calls it, when we're out hunting, the sound he doesn't like to hear because he knows things are not going how we had planned them to do. But without this, what else are you going to do? You're just going to let those geese escape. This call isn't going to work all the time, but if you can get it to work just 10% of the time, at the end of the day, that's just 10% more geese that you killed. So next time you're in the field, use this note, and I guarantee you'll start killing a few more birds. Good luck.